I am turning into a person I don't even recognize anymore with all these dang emotions. So much easier before with the effexor.
Drugs to suppress every emotion you've ever felt.
Yeah, right? So here's my question for you guys. I am really going through it with my son Hollis right now, who had his last final in high school last week. He's not in high school anymore. My kid's not in high school anymore.
You have 2 high school graduates, and now you're about to have a college graduate.
Yeah, I don't even know how this happened, but I'm having a different reaction to Hollis taking off than I did with Hayden, and I'll tell you why it is. With Hayden, I really felt like when he went to SCAD and he was going to be away from the family, this was going to be very good for him. I think that with your first one, you dote on them a little bit too much sometimes, and I think maybe in the culture that we created for him, he just got used to other people doing things for him. So when he went away, while I was going to miss him for sure, it was more like you know what, I know this is going to be good for him. Whereas with Hollis, I don't think this is going to be good for him.
I also want to clarify, that's giving first son energy.
Yeah.
That's not really first daughter energy.
No?
No.
Okay.
No, we tend to be, especially if a son follows up a first daughter.
Yeah.
First daughters tend to be a little more independent and resilient because the sons are getting doted on and we are responsible for taking care of ourselves.
Okay, well, we did things in reverse order with our kids then, both sons. But here's my deal, and this is what I'm asking you guys for, because I know the guys won't call in and narc on themselves, but I find myself overly emotional about everything that is going on with that kid right now. 1-855-BERT show. So I posted a picture yesterday of my ex-wife and I with Hollis during this really cool pennant ceremony that they do at his school, and I think it's because they only have like 31 that are graduating in his class. I told you guys last week they have this pennant ceremony where they get all the kids that are graduating or all the ones that are going on to college into the library, the high school library. And then one by one, they announce their names. The kid grabs a ladder, climbs up on it, and then hangs the pennant of the college that he's been going to. So I posted that yesterday and I started getting all emotional by the picture because there he is in his UNG t-shirt and his UGA sweats because that's where he wants to go. And then I started doing the same thing that I've seen moms do quite a bit. And I don't know that I see a lot of dads do. But then I started going through all the memories of my kid, all the pictures dating back to when he was like 2 years old, man. And I'm going down memory lane and I'm starting to tear up and cry as I am watching these pictures. And I do not know that I have not met another father, at least publicly, that has admitted I had a tougher time with my kid taking off than my wife did.
You're just
Yeah, I've never seen that either. I'm trying to go through my head. It's always mom.
I think it's a beautiful thing, though, and I think you need to embrace it and not be afraid of it or ashamed of it.
It makes me uncomfortable.
You're not making it easier for yourself by going through all of the memories and going back to when
I know.
You can't help it. You cannot help it.
Yeah.
You just get caught up in one and then the other. So I would like to hear from the wives and the moms that can see their husbands and they are way softer. They had a tough time letting go than you did. 1-855-BERT show, and we'll take your calls in just a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I do. I feel like that I love this shift. I love this shift for you. I love this shift for men. And I love this shift for, young men, because I think for so long, men have been taught to suppress their emotions and they can't be emotional, and that to embrace those emotions, and it just acknowledges the love and the depth of love you have for your son, and it is a beautiful thing. Now, if you were crying all day, every day, if you were coming in here on the air, and every time we had a segment about him, you were crying.
He's close.
Like, I know today he and I are going shopping for some clothes for him. He's leaving for the Vatican on Thursday, so we're shopping together, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Why?
I'm not looking forward to it because I know it's going to be so emotional that I'm going to be like, I'm buying clothes for my kid. He's going to the Vatican, and I just know it's going to be an emotional day, and I've tried my entire life to run away from these emotions.
You're going to be a mess in Macy's?
I'd rather just give him Venmo and have him do it.
A mess in Macy's.
Yes.
Did you kind of go through this with Hayden too when your first son went off to college, and how did you handle it?
I really didn't, because again, I really thought like this was going to be be an experience that he needed. So I knew while I was going to miss him, it felt like to me the life lesson was bigger than how I was kind of feeling about it. So go to SCAD. This is going to be so great for you, man. So great. And with Hollis, I just feel differently about it. I don't know. It's not because the life lesson's not there.
He's your last,
He's
man.
the last
He's my
one.
last,
Yeah.
right?
Makes
And we
sense.
do hang out and we travel together. We watch sports together. Yeah, and he's my youngest.
Yeah,
And
it's
this is
definitely,
it, man.
yeah, that's it. Because this is it.
Yeah.
You're never going to go through any of these experiences
Well-
ever again.
Well,
Damn.
I mean,
Just
Amanda,
pour it out for me. Oh, yeah.
pushing them buttons.
You will never feel anything close to this ever again.
Those 18 summers gone. Done. You're tired. Like, you see, like, the sand timer? It's literally down to the last
over.
little granules.
hey, Catherine, good morning. You're on the Bert Show.
Hi, good morning. I love you guys.
Thank you.
Listen
Thanks for calling.
Was just going to say, my fiance, we don't have kids, but he's definitely more emotional than I am. I've never liked emotions. I feel uncomfortable, and that's why I fell in love with him. So I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, this is all new to me. And if you're following the journey here, you're new here. I was on Effexor for the longest time. It's like this it's an anti-anxiety. And I've weaned off of it and it's clearly out of my system now. But it really has allowed me to like feel things that I haven't felt for years and years and years. So all of this is really kind of new to me and it's very uncomfortable. And I also grew up in a house where my dad was, he was a misogynistic pig. He totally was. So there was no really allowing me as a boy to attach my feelings to anything. Just wasn't allowed.
There's a lot of toxic masculinity.
Yeah, for sure. Good morning, Dawn. You're on the Bert Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning. I'm so glad I got through. How's everybody this morning?
Fantastic. Thanks for running the show here.
Great. So I've got a story, and I'm going to keep it short and compact. I have an ex-husband, and it's the reason why I have an ex-husband. When I went through the pregnancy with my son, I actually had a micropreemie. He was born 1 pound and 5 ounces, and everybody said he wasn't going to make it.
Wow.
But God knew better. And so now we are here at the pinnacle of his graduation. He graduates this week. He too goes to a small school. And it's amazing because, Bert, like you said, I have poured my life into this boy.
Mm-hmm.
I poured my life into him, not to get him to where he is today, but to be able to watch him, like you said, and every step that he makes now, I find myself going back to different areas of life, like when he was 2, when his first day at pre-K, his first day he got in trouble at school, the funny times that we shared together. And I think that it is something that you need to let go of. Cry, if you will. I'm going to have a tissue box, a couple of them at the graduation event, because I just feel like this is for him, but it's also a reflection of how far he's come. And like you, he is going off to college, like your son is, and I am just so amazed at his success and just really looking forward to see what he's going to do next.
That's a beautiful message right there.
Congratulations.
Thank you
Amen.
for calling. That's great.
You finally got a dude on the line.
We finally got a guy willing to admit he's the softie. Roy, welcome to the Softie Club, man.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Let's cry together.
Hey, man, I've been doing it for a while, ever since my son was born. My wife already had a son before that. I've cried for him. I've cried for the 2 kids I've had with her. And she'll look at me like, why are you crying? What do you, like, but I don't care. It's just such beautiful. Such a beautiful thing, and I want my kids to know.
Yeah,
I love them. I feel them. So I just want you to know, man. Like, I get it. You were coming off of these things that was helping you with your anxiety and whatnot. But these feelings you're feeling, your kids will love it. They will make your kids understand, like, oh wow, this is how much I'm impacting my dad. Like, and my kids have told me that it means something to them when they see me cry. So don't feel any kind of bad way about it.
I appreciate
your kids
you.
will love it.
Thank you.
Roy, what was the last reason that you cried?
Last reason I cried, my daughter just turned 5. And I lost my mom in February, and just realizing that my mom didn't get to see her turn 5 just had me boohoo crying. And the last funny reason I've cried was just my daughter came up to me and just hugged me and said, "I love you," out of nowhere. And it was like I had been having a hard day, and that just
No, I had one of
You
those.
get it?
I had one of those the other time. I am hugging him so much lately that I think it's uncomfortable for him.
I'm sure it is. Dad, let me go,
I'm
man.
starting to feel it a little bit. Like I'll go in and it's kind of like a roll of your eyes. Okay, Dad, I kind of get it.
I get it.
All right, now the guys are calling in. Nick, another softie, man. Join the guy softie club.
Hey, man. I'm more or less a newer dad, and I have a 2-year-old and a 2-week-old. And when my son was born, I was, very emotional, very like, this, that, and the other. But when my daughter was born, April 29th, it just made me get all the emotions with missing my son being so small, and I just cried. And my wife looked at me and it's like, "Are you okay?" I said, "No, I miss my boy. I want my boy in the room."
Yeah. No, I feel you, man. Thanks for calling. I'll tell you where it happened the other day. It wasn't even, it wasn't Hollis and it wasn't Hayden. Amanda's son, who's 4 years old, Asa, said that when he gets older, he wants to work for Bert's Big Adventure.
got you in the feels again.
I'm like, come on, man.
The Bert Show.